Welcome back, everyone. I'm back with my friend and co-host, Avi, and it is autumn of 2023. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about the action picture Face Off from 1997, directed by John Woo. But first, I just want to let everybody know that this is going to be the first of 5 discussion projects we're doing. We only have 5 left. It's unknown, 5 known for sure. We don't know if or when we're going to do any other movies past the 5 planned. And also, one last thing I want to say for something that happened over the weekend. I just want to give a real big rest in peace to Chandler Bing, Matthew Perry, who unfortunately the first of the 6 members of Friends to pass away. Unfortunately, I think he really glued and kept that show together. So for anybody that likes Friends, rest in peace to Chandler Bing. And with all that said, so we're talking about Face Off. Welcome back on with me, Avi. What are your initial opening thoughts when it comes to Face Off 1997?
I thought that movie was very action, very more stylish about mostly the director's known about kung fu. He's known for using guns, about gun fu. They called about it has a great theme about the identity, about switching identities and the different personality. It's part of action movie, but it looks like very science fiction about how they switch faces.
Right, yes. I just opened up the page of it before we started, and it said it was under 3 genres: action, crime, and sci-fi. So I guess it's a little bit of all 3 of those genres.
Yeah, and also that movie is almost very overlong.
It's over 2 hours. I think the runtime said 2 hours and 18 minutes. It went on a bit long.
It's what if you make epic action movies and it's not very from the period piece? It's
right.
Just more recent time of something more continuing, extended fighting scene.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I like the gun fu, like you said. I like the gun fu fighting action of that, and also how you said about the different sci-fi and face elements that it did, which was of course a bit ridiculous.
So my dad's very criticizing about it's the switching faces is very complicated. That never happened. If you do a plastic surgery type.
Right, it's complicated how that is happening, and it's kind of a bit ridiculous for that to be a thing. But I think the movie didn't take itself too seriously, so we kind of went along with it. And then you got the 2 leads really going against each other and mimicking each other with John Travolta and Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
Where they try to kind of mimic each other on how they play each other.
Also, a revenge story about it. Turns out, for the sad story for the prologue about John Travolta lost his son, shot by accident, or maybe it just quote accident by Nicolas Cage as meant to kill John.
Right. His son unfortunately passes from that. Yes.
That way, now it looks like it's all that's a big plot about even sometimes he has a dysfunctional life about his wife and his. When he's obsessive finding the man he was looking for, but he hasn't got much time for his rebel teenage, his daughter, about his getting rebellious.
Yeah, let's talk about her for a sec. What did you think of his daughter?
Well, sometimes it's just only two roles we know about, but later career is she's getting to unknown parts of indie films we never seen for her.
Oh right, that was right. She was mostly known for indie movies. Yeah.
Yeah, even though she's also in the remake of based on the Vladimir Nabokov novel Lolita.
Oh yeah, I heard about that too. That one too as well. Yes.
With Jeremy Irons.
Yeah.
And sometimes also, but this one's about switch around about when Nicolas Cage is very dominated, while John Travolta is very he's not that person. He goes for personal, but he has to something strictly about there's everything for his job about it. But even though sometimes sometimes now when you switch around, it's very hard to know how he gets about identity. It's it inspired the theme plot of the Martin Scorsese Departed about how they switch around.
Oh yeah. Oh, I did see The Departed. That's the one Scorsese movie I definitely saw. The Departed was a really well done movie.
Because that has a theme about how they switch about identity, about switching identity. One day works goes undercover for for the police and the mafia.
But like you said, that whole the plans to the face it like that, it made it an overly complicated plot where you really didn't know what was going on some of the time.
Yeah, he was very hard about how they able to switch alternate their voices about when he goes undercover. About even tried to talk to his wife about. But when Nicolas Cage disguised as Castor Troy, about it's like he has to change his someone's family life. If not like a scary part, like stalking someone, but just he had a good time about.
Right.
Even has a sympathizing moment about where the Castor Troy disguised as Sean Archer, John Travolta. He has a sympathy moment about when he doesn't know he has to attend his son's birthday.
Right. Okay. What happened with the whole birthday thing?
Because he doesn't. They went to the cemetery. About he doesn't know that's very ironic about when she's the one who shot John Travolta's son. But when Nicolas Cage disguises John Travolta, he doesn't know he went to the cemetery. It looks like a very sympathy moment.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Again, those things got confusing with all those parts there. Before we continue talking about Face Off, you brought up not too long ago about Jeremy Irons. Now, Jeremy Irons, I thought, was pretty all right as Alfred for Ben Affleck in Batman v Superman. Another John Woo picture came out early 2000s, 2003, Paycheck. We got a future Batman and Ben Affleck, and Alfred was his Alfred with Jeremy Irons.
And then the villain's Aaron Eckhart, who plays Two-Face.
Right, and then Aaron Eckhart from The Dark Knight in 2008's The Dark Knight. Aaron Eckhart was following him around in Paycheck.
Well, here's another thing that's very connected. Do you know that John Travolta and Nicolas Cage both started separate John Woo movies, but with the one actor who's involved with it together? Like John Travolta with Christian Slater in Broken Arrow, and Nicolas Cage with Christian Slater in the Wind Talker, a World War II movie.
Yes, I saw Broken Arrow. I saw Broken Arrow in 1996. That movie was somewhat entertaining, and I didn't really see the whole movie of Wind Talkers.
Yeah. Sometimes for that decade of the 90s, it's very too concerned about too much gun violence. So that's what happened recently around recently from Maine, the school shooting about too much guns.
There's too much gun shootings everywhere. It's awful mess. How many?
Too much problematic about
too many gun shootings in Maine and all these other places of things now. And like you said, before we started going online to discussion, we did say that yes, Paycheck wasn't a very good movie. It was just ish. But one last thing I want to say about Paycheck, in addition to Aaron Eckhart and Ben Affleck, Uma Thurman is Poison Ivy. Uma Thurman's also in this.
By the way, another thing, Jeremy Irons' other roles, another DC series is the one in the HBO miniseries called Watchmen.
The HBO version of Watchmen?
Yeah.
Like the TV series of it?
Like a miniseries.
Yeah, how was it? How was that?
It's very good. It also has a good theme about it actually takes place after what happens after the original graphic novel. Besides Zack Snyder, what happens after when the comic book graphic novel ends about in the future.
Right. Okay.
2019.
Okay.
It has a theme of about the African American theme about it. It's shown a very similar plot about the race riots in the Tulsa.
Oh, okay, interesting. All right. Well, I thought it was a missed opportunity that we never got a Man of Steel 2. It was just Batman v Superman instead.
Well, I heard about they're finishing up about the DC Extended Universe franchise.
Well, I think I heard that Aquaman 2 is supposed to be the last one.
Yeah.
And then a few years later, they're supposed to reboot it with some other new stuff.
Like a Superman Legacy or something.
Yeah, right? Superman Legacy is supposed to come out supposedly in 2025. Right. And we also talked off mic real quick how I said Mission Impossible 8 has been moved from 2024 calendar to summer of 2025, and it's not going to be called Dead Reckoning Part 2 anymore. Hopefully sometime soon they'll let us know with a new Mission Impossible 8 subtitle.
By the way, do you know who's also in the face-off in the movie?
Sure. Who?
Danny Masterson.
What was the name?
Danny Masterson.
Wait, wasn't that the guy that was in That 70s Show?
Yeah, but obviously he's now convicted.
Yeah, something. Who did he play in this movie?
plays the one who raped the Sean Archer's daughter.
Oh, so it's supposed to be like fiction and real life imitating each other or
Yeah,
something?
like it's like before we did that proves it about now that Cassius Troy disguised as John Travolta broke the window and dragged him out to say his daughter he's sorry.
Oh, wow, okay. So he was actually in this movie, Face Off?
Yeah,
Wow, wow, wow.
well before that '70s show.
Well, it's unfortunate on what may have happened in real life because they had the Netflix rebooted show, that '90s show, and obviously because of life circumstances, he couldn't be brought back to be a part of that.
Goes about this conviction.
Yeah, because these are convictions that are somewhat convicted in some ways. What else outside of the gunplay and the mask and the identity facing? What else stood out to you about this Face Off movie?
Well, sometimes it's about like, and sometimes it's like you still have recovery a lost son, but when John Travolta, Nicolas Cage, John Travolta disguised as Nicolas Cage switch a role about it's like finding about when he meets about the Cassius Troy's son about they thought it's like it's be replacement about like images of his real son.
Oh wow, more of the son stuff there. Wow.
Right, and also who's also that plays the brother, Apollox Troy about the. Sometimes it's very like the reason why he's getting undercover is he has to go. The reason why he has to go undercover is to find the chemical weapons about that Pollux, Cassius Troy's brother, about won't talk to the authority until he talks to his brother.
Wait. When was there chemical weapons?
Biochemical weapons, explosive, and how they find that what code number.
Oh wow, okay, I forgot. I haven't seen the movie in a while. I forgot about that part. Okay. What's your outside of Face Off? First question is outside of Face Off. What's your favorite other Nicolas Cage movie? And then what's your other favorite?
First time I saw Nicolas Cage movie is the first National Treasure.
Oh, so you're saying the movie you liked was National Treasure?
It's like a modern Indiana Jones, Indiana Jones, but it looks more about the government.
Right, I know. National Treasure, which has an actor we'll be talking about in our last coming out project when we do the Hangover soon.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, by the way, your mom was just behind you, but then she left. I think she wanted to tell you something.
She wants something to do, like take pictures about my dad's old birthday party.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right. So yeah, I never really got into National Treasure, but it sounds like that's one movie with Nicolas Cage that you like.
Yeah, and there's other roles he's in, he starts his career back in the '80s, like the one he did, the Valley Girl. There's Moonstruck.
Or did you say you liked him in Moonstruck?
Yeah, the 1987 romantic.
Right, 87 Moonstruck. You liked him in Moonstruck.
And also another roles he's in. Like recently, I saw him Joe. Joe in that 2013. Mostly he does.
Wait, what was it? Wait, what was the 2013 one?
It's a drama film.
Oh, was it good? Well, I don't know what it was about. Was it good?
It's very good. About he was sometimes non-action role, very non-quirky look.
Okay.
Like stupidest role.
Okay, and what was your?
Also,
and what was your favorite 90s movie of him outside of Face Off?
Like there's The Rock.
Oh, sure, The Rock's a good choice for that. Okay, I'm sorry. What else?
And Con Air.
And Con Air, yeah. And what else did you want to say?
And if you watch Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, 2018 animated Spider-Man film, he voice acted one of the Spider-Man.
Oh, he actually voiced one of the Spider-Men?
As Spider-Noir.
Oh, that's interesting. Speaking of which, I just watched news online recently that at the end of 2024, Tom Holland is going to start working on Spider-Man 4. Back with the same director, John Watts, to direct, and I can't wait to see how Spider-Man 4 is like after that third Spider-Man movie.
I don't know, but after he has to complete his mature roles about becoming Spider-Man, since he lost his Aunt May.
Right, he lost Aunt May in the third one.
And erase his identity about his friend's identity as girlfriend.
Right. All that happened there at the end of the movie. Yeah. What was I going to say? Oh, and the other question was, what is your favorite? What are your favorite John Travolta movies?
He starts his career one about the Saturday Night Fever.
Oh yeah, okay. Saturday Night Fever. That was a fun movie.
His greatest role about like a disco craze.
Right, that was the
And
late.
and then he does a family friendly thing like Grease, the movie musical.
You're right. Grease, and Saturday Night Live were around the same time, and then in the late '80s, early '90s, you did the Look Who's Talking comedies.
Yeah,
Which
and also, but you know, the '90s about what revive his career since after all his career gets downhill.
Pulp Fiction.
But it's been Tarantino making a comeback in Pulp Fiction.
Right, and then he made his comeback there with Pulp Fiction, which helped him get Pulp Fiction was the big comeback of the '90s. And one more quick thing I wanted to say about Look Who's Talking. It also was the baby's voice was voiced by Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis. Even Bruce Willis and John Travolta both starred together in Pulp Fiction.
Oh, that's right, and they were both in live action in Pulp Fiction as well. What's your favorite Tarantino movie outside of Pulp Fiction?
Sometimes watching the Inglourious Basterds and sometimes I watch Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Okay, yeah. I never got really.
I saw Jackie Brown.
Jackie Brown. Oh, Jackie Brown. Does Jackie Brown have Michael Keaton in it?
And Michael Keaton, yes.
Yeah. So Michael Keaton.
Jackson and Pam Grier.
Nice. So very excitingly, hopefully they don't change the release date of this one. This one stays next September 2024. Supposedly, hopefully, we're getting finally after over 30-some years, Beetlejuice 2. Tim Burton said he'd only come back to direct if Michael Keaton came back to play Beetlejuice. So that should be interesting.
With Winona Ryder.
Oh, yeah, and then like you said, Winona Ryder and the mom from Home Alone, both those women, I believe, are also coming back for it.
Yeah, and also too bad. I don't think they can't bring back Alec Baldwin and Gina Davis since they're already dead and they've been crossed. The characters already been dead. They've been crossed over into the afterlife.
Wait a sec. Has that stopped other movie franchises before from bringing dead people back to the movies? They always bring... Now, nobody... In the movies, nobody's ever actually dead for real. So maybe they could still bring them back, too.
Now Baldwin is under investigation.
Oh, yeah. He's always under his investigations as well. Before we don't get too far off track from other movies, what else do you think was important or noteworthy about Face Off?
Face Off is like sometimes about... It's very hard about how many times about the main villain, John Travolta, Nicolas Cage, disguise he kills all the police. It's like the police are very, very stupid about how he can able to defend themselves.
Right, that's true.
Even the SWAT raid, raiding where the John Travolta, Sean Archer is about where he disguised himself. And it's the biggest, bloodiest battle.
Right. Now, one more thing I want to say about it before I forget is because it's John Woo directing, in all his movies he's got the flying doves. So you'll get the flying doves in Mission Impossible.
It's like symbolism.
Yeah, the symbolism of it. You got the flying doves in Mission Impossible 2 and in Face Off. And if anybody missed or was able to catch up or caught yet, our Mission Impossible 2 discussion, which was also directed by John Woo in the Mission Impossible movies. You can catch Mission Impossible 2 a few pages back if you haven't seen that one yet. And then we just recently, in early October, finally did the discussion together of Mission Impossible 7, Dead Reckoning Part 1. And like I said, unfortunately, Mission Impossible 8 is not coming out till 2025 and it's going to get a different title.
In the Face Off, it was also in it. There's Joan Allen.
Oh, yeah, she doesn't she play the wife of John Travolta?
Yeah, it plays John Travolta. Other roles she's in, she's in the Bourne Supremacy and Bourne Ultimatum.
Right, in some of those Bourne movies, yeah.
And she's also in the Notebook and
the Notebook.
Notebook and also the Pleasantville.
Right. Oh yeah, I know her from Pleasantville and the Bourne movies. Right. Nice. How many bits of trivia does the how much trivia does the IMDb page say about this movie? Is there a whole lot?
Even though the name Pollux Troy, the names are based on the Greek mythology. The Pollux and Castor are like Janus. Twins.
It's based off of the Greek mythology. That's interesting. Now, how much number count? How much trivia does this say this movie has about? How many numbers of trivia bits? Is there a whole lot?
Let's see about even
Yeah, hold on. You're breaking up a bit. What'd you say?
It was originally supposed to star in that movie Face Off. They thought they had it in mind to have mega action stars to be facing off as Sylvester Stallone or Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I did read about that. I'm glad that didn't happen, but they got to
Originally, Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone were in mind to play the lead roles. When John was brought in to direct, he decided that John Travolta and Nicolas Cage would be more suited to the roles. Other pairs that the studio wanted was Michael Douglas, who was executive producer for this movie, and Harrison Ford, Bruce Willis, and Alec Baldwin, and Robert De Niro and Al Pacino.
Yeah, that's interesting. I'm glad it was who was actually casted. But at least then Stallone and Schwarzenegger then got to work together in Expendables.
Well, Robert De Niro and Al Pacino work separately, like in the Godfather 2 and separate Brian De Palma movie, but now they finally, first time they met together for real life in the movie The Heat.
Oh, wait, say this again. What happened?
Al Pacino and Robert De Niro.
Oh, yeah. They finally actually got to talk against each other in Heat movie.
Yeah, like in the coffee shop.
Right.
And also they worked again in Martin Scorsese, The Irishman.
Oh, yeah, The Irishman, which came out 2019, Irishman movie. And then the Heat thing, the whole opening bank thing of the Heat thing was
It's inspired from the Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight there.
It's also filmed in Chicago.
Yeah, with also with Chicago and the Dark Knight there. I do prefer Aaron.
50 trivia.
Sure. How much? Just 50?
50 maybe.
Oh, it's about 50 of it? Okay. You don't have to say all 50, but any of the 50 that you thought is kind of interesting?
Let me see, yeah.
50 of it. That's good to know, 50.
For John Woo's birthday, Nicolas Cage and Nick Cassavetes gave him a Dirty Harry poster signed by Clint Eastwood. Woo has called Eastwood my hero.
Oh, okay, interesting. So, well, we're recording this in almost November of 2000.
Right. You know Nick Cassavetes, he plays a bald-headed villain in the Face Off. He later becomes a director. He's responsible to direct Joan Allen in The Notebook.
He directs Joan Allen in The Notebook?
Yeah.
Okay. That's interesting. One thing I wanted to say, what you said about before The Notebook thing is that I lost it. What was the thing you were talking about right before The Notebook?
About the Notebook? About the
No, right before The Notebook.
Cassavetes.
Right before that, too.
Right before The Notebook? About the cast? About the Clint Eastwood.
Oh, that's it. That's right. So just to remind everybody now that you said that, yeah. So at least this is almost going to be listened and watched to in early mid-November of 2023. Now it's at the end of October 2023. At least now at the time of this recording, Clint Eastwood is still alive and well, and he's 93 years old.
Yeah. Last time I watched Clint Eastwood, as I watched on DVD, and stream, his recent movie in 2021 is called Cry Macho.
Oh yeah, how was Cry Macho?
It's very kind of good movie. It's like back to his own western film.
Oh, nice. That's nice. That's really cool.
Here's another interesting.
Sure.
The magnetic boots the prisoners wear in Erewhon Prison are the same boots worn by the Goombas in the 1993 Super Mario Brothers.
The same. What was it?
The same boots.
Oh, the same boots. Oh yeah, that was a really bad movie, but thankfully for Super Mario Brothers fans, in 2023 they got the new animated live type Super Mario Brothers movie, which I haven't seen, but supposedly it's supposed to be a lot better than the 1990s movie.
It's very faithful from the original video game, except the problem is that voice casting.
Right, with the voice casting. Well, I think it made like $1 billion some, so I think it's gonna
highest grossing, but
yeah.
It got mixed review from the critics.
Right, it may have got mixed from the critics, but it's supposed to still be way better than the one from the 1990s.
The anime version is way better than live action. About because even I liked about the introduction about Mario Brothers' family life. Besides their brothers, they have like their parents, and they live like a Brooklyn life. Okay, so yeah, there's going to be a sequel to Super Mario Brothers because of that. Then, other than Mario Brothers, the other two ones that do really well for the summer then from that was Oppenheimer and Barbie. So, Barbie has Ryan Gosling, who also is in a lot of, like you said, The Notebook. Yeah. And also, according to his blood test results, Cassius Troy's glycohemoglobin A1C is much higher than 6.5%. He most likely has diabetes.
Oh, something about having diabetes? Diabetes is not good.
If you saw that in the beginning, he drinks a juice box.
Oh, wow. So the son dies, the daughter is doing whatever she does. Then when Nicolas Cage is pretending to be Travolta, in one of the scenes, Nicolas Cage as John Travolta, pretending to be John Travolta, has sex with Travolta's wife. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, and sometimes it looks like if you watch like Cape Fear type about stalking someone that took someone's life.
Right, wasn't it in the new remake that
with the Robert De Niro,
that De Niro, De Niro did the stalking?
Scorsese movie.
Yeah, and he also
about stalking a daughter.
Right, the stalking the daughter there, and doesn't he also kind of play the bad guy in the new movie, The Killer Moon?
The Killer of the Flower Moon.
Yeah. Talking about long movies, that's way too long. That's 3.5 hours instead of 2.5. 3.5 hours. No plans to see that.
Well, the recent The Irishman movie
was also
3 hours long.
Right, was also a little 3 hours. So Irishman is 3 hours longish, and then this new one is 3.5 hours. Any last bits of trivia of the 50 that you think are noteworthy before we head to some quotes?
Let me think about the writer cited White Heat in seconds as influence of the plot.
What was it influenced by?
The classic film, the James Cagney movie, White Heat.
Oh, interesting.
Like where the prison scene about the go undercover, the prisoner.
Oh, okay. If we're talking about the same Cagney, the only thing I really know about Cagney stuff, which is not much, is that in that one part of Ninja Turtles 1, 1990, one of the Turtles is like, "Oh, you're gonna do Cagney?"
You killed my brother.
Yeah.
Even to remember my dad, I want to dedicate this podcast for my dad about. He always liked to watch some of the classic films, the oldies movies, like from James Cagney and Humphrey Bogart era.
I haven't seen too many of the older movies, not too much real well, but yeah, this episode is going to be in memory of Avi's father, who just recently passed away, and go into a little bit more detail about the old classic movies. Hold on, okay, good.
Some classic movies like you like to watch film noir or something like
film noir,
something like something they do the old style during World War II propaganda.
Oh, right, nice, right, yeah. I've only seen I really don't know much about movies from the 30s or 40s. That's why we don't do those. But yeah, it had some interesting movies in those older times when they still had the old system going of whatnot. So this episode, this whole Face Off 1997 action movie will be in honor and memory of Avi's father, who I did get to go to be at the funeral. And also, I just want, like I said, this is also for most recently. Who really kept that funny show together by being in it, Matthew Perry as Chandler Bing in Friends over the weekend. Are we done with
There's another good fact.
Sure.
Thomas also is in it is Thomas Jane.
Oh, that's the guy that played Punisher in 2004, right?
Yeah, Thomas Jane later starred opposite John Travolta.
In that first Punisher 2004 movie.
In that film, Thomas Jane's character, retired FBI agent Frank Castle, seeks revenge upon corrupt businessman Howard Saint.
Oh, nice.
Who murdered Castle's entire family during a family reunion.
Nice.
In this film, Sean Archer, the FBI agent, seeks revenge upon Castle Troy, who killed his son in the assassination attempt on his life.
Right. Now, the thing about Nicolas Cage in this movie is, it's not just this movie, but a lot of the movies, he really gets into the acting. He overacts on how he plays, all these parts.
Like recently about the vampire movie.
Yeah, that vampire movie that came out recently. He just does the overacting, the way he does these characters. Yeah.
Well, do you know the Nicolas Cage is a nephew to Francis Ford Coppola?
Right. You mentioned that before in another discussion. Are we done with trivia? Have you said all the trivia you wanted? There was 50 bits of trivia. You said the ones you wanted about the trivia?
That's just one more thing.
One more trivia coming up, okay.
John Travolta and Nick Cassavetes both appear in Face Off and will go on to work together in She's So Lovely.
Wait, I'm sorry. Work together in what again?
John Travolta and Nick Cassavetes both appear in Face Off They were going to work together, and she's so lovely. Nick Cassavetes directed John Travolta in that film.
When did She's So Lovely come out?
I don't know, 2000 or something.
Oh, okay,
like that.
I'm not familiar with that movie, so I'm not sure much about that one.
Nick Cassavetes also directed the main character's daughter, the Dominic Swain. He directed her in Alpha Dog.
Okay, I'm not familiar with Alpha Dog, and I'm not familiar with whatever the one you just said before Alpha Dog. But I just want to let you know. I just want to let you know, as far as runtime of this is going so far, we're 30 minutes and 20 seconds in. We're at the little over the 30-minute mark. We're 30 minutes in, just so you know how long it's running so far. I think that was the last trivia you wanted to say. Overall, like, did you think this was an okay action movie, or did you really like it? And were there any quotes from the movie?
I think I really like it, but don't watch too much of that gun violence.
Oh yeah, a lot of the gun violence. And right, a lot of the gun violence there. I like the climax with the boat stuff out in the water and stuff. That was all really neat.
It's like repeat itself like at the beginning.
Right. Oh, what happened with the beginning again? Say again.
Like Ready for a Big Right Baby, about beginning about John Travolta finally get rid of the Nicolas Cage about to the wind turbine. You have even by the villains like Ready for a Big Right.
What happened in that? Wait, what happened in that scene again?
It has the same thing about that. I'm ready for a big ride.
Something about having a big ride happens there. Okay, and are there any quotes? Are there any quotes from the movie that you like?
Well, let me think about even the one that is very very ridiculous. Part is about when Nicolas Cage wake up from his coma. It's very weird about how you're able to walk when his face is removed. It's so bloody.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So in 21st century, there's been some talk online possibly of there coming up with maybe one day with a Face Off 2, a sequel, Face Off 2, but I don't know if that would work. I think that's been too long, too soon for that, maybe. Sure, go ahead.
Also, it's very funny part about when there's a SWAT raid about the confidence of child that by listening over the rainbow, somewhere over a rainbow.
Oh yeah, I just saw well before we started, I looked on the page and on the music part it said that one of the songs is Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
It's performed by late Olivia Newton-John.
Oh nice, yeah, she had passed away sometime recently, yeah.
She also co-starred John Travolta in Grease.
Right, of course with Grease. So, yeah, I don't want to say too much else about Grease because I don't know if it's going to happen with my projects in the future, but I hope it does. So I'm not going to say too much about that now. But I would like to tell the audience that
another movie podcast in the future. Maybe we could try to discuss about the Tropic Thunder.
Tropic Thunder. I did see that. That was a funny movie. Since Tropic Thunder was 2008, and originally we were just going to do the next comedy after the rest of these to be Hangover 2009, how about we still do Hangover 2009, but because Tropic Thunder came out in 2008, we'll do Tropic Thunder 2008 first, and then we'll do Hangover. We'll do the Hangover 2009 after first doing Tropic Thunder from 2008. So yeah, for sure. So I won't tell everybody. I don't want to spoil everybody with which movies we're doing next. With the exception of saying that after the action picture Face Off, the next one in the now 6 lineup, because we just added Tropic Thunder to the list. Coming up in our next whenever we schedule our next podcast time together, we're going to be covering 1994's bus action with Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock in Speed.
Speed, yeah.
Yeah, we're doing Speed next. Then we're doing 2 holiday comedies, and then we'll do the 2000s comedies, Tropic Thunder, followed by Hangover. Now I got to make a neat real thumbnail for Tropic Thunder now. Any quotes? We're 34 minutes in. Any quotes from Face Off that you think are worth mentioning?
Tito, Sean Archer's best friend, was killed by Castor Troy. Well, so listen, sir, we just want you to know we're always sorry about Tito. Well, shit happens.
Well, shit happens. That's a good little line.
He's the one that killed Tito.
Oh, right. Wow. That's an interesting line right there.
Troy and Archer see each other for the first time at each other's faces. Ooh wee, you're good looking. You're hot. It looks like you're. It looks like looking in the mirror, only not.
Only
Troy,
not.
now that's between us, okay? But you're in the coma. Nothing like having your face cut off to disturb your sleep. Read the newspaper lately. This shows a newspaper article headline: Deadly Inferno washes to kill them. Yeah, well, beats it and paying the bill, huh? I mean, come on. If a facelift costs $5,000, so it's waiting on his hand. See anything you like? Gunshot, Michael Miller, Dr. Tito, about the gag with gasoline. Tito, they realized that they killed Tito. They killed everyone they played. That's when I torched all the evidence that proves you're you, okay? So wow, looks like you're going to be in there for the next 100 years. Now I got to go. I got a government job to abuse and a lonely life to fuck. Whoops, did I just say that? I'm sorry. Make love to.
Nice.
And then he answers the because that was like a very amazing. But here's a very like a plot hole. How could there be a proof about the ending about to tell the truth about what Jonah about how they can find the proof about the switch faces, how they can bring him back to his own life.
Yeah, well, every movie has plot holes, but do you think was that a big plot hole for you, or did you were not too?
If he destroys all the evidence about this research about how they switch faces.
So did that plot hole bother you a lot?
Like how they can find bring back the original face back about the switch around.
Okay, so that was a little plot hole for you there, which all movies are gonna have some number of plot holes. But right before the plot hole, I just want to say how you delivered all those lines right now. You really delivered those face-off lines really well. The way you got into delivering how you said all those lines, the last one, the beginning one, really great on how you deliver the lines. We're 37 minutes in now, so we're going to start wrapping this up soon. I just want to say, if I myself had to grade or rate face-off, I would give it a B, a letter grade of a B. What grade would you give face-off? Say again?
A minus.
Oh, you like it even more than me, an A minus. Nice. All right.
Well, Nicolas Cage falls. He won Oscar for Leaving Las Vegas.
Oh, that was supposed to be a really good movie of his from the 90s. Yeah, Leaving Las Vegas from 1990 something.
And also the adaptation. Yeah.
Adaptation from the early 2000s was supposed to be good as well. Yeah.
He plays the screenwriter. He plays a real life screenwrter.
Yeah.
Charlie Kaufman. But he plays a fictional brother.
Yeah. He's in. Yeah, Travolta's. Not Travolta. Nicolas Cage. Cage is definitely in a lot of movies. That's for sure. So this is our first of 6 movies. We just recently added. We both said yes to doing Tropic Thunder together. So in a few more episodes, well, actually in a couple more, we'll be doing Tropic Thunder soon, which is going to be done before Hangover. So we have this plus 5 more left. After these 6 are done, we're not really sure if we're going to be doing any for a while. We know that Avi's in mourning for 11 months, so he can't go out to see movies, but we're doing at least these 6 current movies. We're just about to finish up Face Off, and then we have 5 more after that, because we just recently added Tropic Thunder to it. Is there anything else? Alright, you still there? Hold on a sec. Oh, there you are. You froze for a sec. Is there anything else you want to tell the audience about either the face-off or anything before we start to head out?
Don't watch repeatedly about the gun violence.
Oh yeah, too much of the gun violence is really bad about how gun violent it is. Yeah.
Don't get influenced about what happens recently. Watch on the news.
Yeah, there's way too much violence in real life, unfortunately. Okay. Awesome. Wow, that's great. So, and again, this is in memory and in honor of both Avi's dad in real life and to the screen person we never got to meet, Chandler Bing. Matthew Perry as Chandler Bing. Unfortunately, he made really friends. What really great thing to watch. The show was kind of but he was really well in it. We are officially 39 minutes in. We got a full over 30 minutes in of content for you guys about Face Off. So we'll see you hopefully sometime in the near future to next talk about Speed. Speed 94 is next. Thank you so much, Avi, for coming on for me.
Welcome. I hope I will try completely. Maybe a week next week or something before November.
It becomes November on Wednesday. I am working the election next Tuesday, November 7th, but we can start doing speed anytime after Tuesday, November 7th. Because I want to sleep. I'm not going to get much sleep Monday night, so I want to go to bed early next Monday night for getting sleep for the election day. But we can do speed anytime after next Tuesday.
Okay.
All right?
All right. Thank you. Hope we have a good time. And I'll try to keep help Mom around a lot to help her around to support her after we lost.
Yes, definitely support your mom about all that kind of stuff, and let me know if you need anything with dealing with this situation.
All right, sometimes
Yeah, go ahead. You froze again. I'm sorry. Say that again. You're freezing up.
I might send you a thank you card about that you come for me at the funeral.
I like that I was able. My mom was off from work. I'm glad I was able to make it to the funeral, and
yeah,
because I'm sorry you were breaking up some bits, some parts. So I didn't catch everything you said, but yeah, I'm glad I was able to make it to the funeral, and we could do speed sometime after next Tuesday. Thanks for coming on. I can't wait to talk with you more about movies, and we will be adding now Tropic Thunder to the list to do before Hangover.
Okay.
All right, cool. All right. Talk to you soon.
See you.
That's all for now. We'll see you in Speed 1994 next. Keanu Reeves, Sandra Bullock, and we added Tropic Thunder to the list. Support your local movie theater. Support your local movie theater throughout the decade of the 2030s to see movies on the big screen with the sound and picture, with a whole bunch of strangers in a community-like experience, because streaming online at home is just not the same experience or the same anything at all that the big theater-like experience is, which may not exist in the future. So go support your movies and get off of streaming online at home and support physical media. Everybody dance and have a good time. One more time. Everybody dance and have a good time. This is friend and co-host Avi and Millennial Man Motions Entertainment, LLC, signing out till Speed.